Hi everyone, I am back from my break from Uganda and I am ready to spend some more time in the sun. My garden is a mess. Excuse me. My garden is a total mess and I'm going to show you around as it is now. And as I do some work, I need to put down some plants like tomatoes. I've put down potatoes already and some started coming up by themselves from last year. I've got mint that was already there that's coming up. I've got my grape plant to pull up. I've got grass to cut, although the grass is not extremely long. It's in some areas, I'll show you in a minute, it's long, and in some areas it's worn out, so it's not so bad. My son has been helping a lot in one area, one side, from where I'm standing, the right hand side of the garden. Um, He's been literally, he had so much energy, cut off or cut back a tree that is by the fence, cut down a thorny plant. That's my youngest son, and that has been of help. So I'm going to show you around and so that you know what it looks like and the work that I've got to do. So starting from this side, it's weed. There used to be a big plant here. Those of you who have been watching my videos, there was a plant here that dried off. I cut it off last year. And they put up this fence last year as well, so it's across my garden all the way to the back, as you can see. These are I put down some tomato plants before I went to Uganda, but some of them have died off. I don't know if that was a waste of time. I think potato plant coming up, I put some here. Potatoes and mint. This is a potato. They need watering. Please don't get alarmed. That's just some stuff from my garden. I mean for manure or compost from my kitchen. Banana peels, onion peels, and eggshells. This is a pepper plant that I kept from last year, and I cut it back and brought it out. It needs watering, and I think I'll cut it right back and see if it springs back up again. There is some life. There is some life there, you can say. There's some life on it there, so I think that will work. And there as well, right there. These are weeds. There's another potato plant. So then weeds need pulling out. This here, this is my grape plant, guys. As you can see, it started coming up again with leaves. It's still a very young grape plant, but those of you who have been following me again will realize that I was able to get some very, very tiny young grapes last year. I am going to cut it back up, cut it back again from there because that's dried up. Then over there, that's some mint. And this is my berry plant. Needs cutting back slightly as well. As you can see, it started flowering and fruiting. So this needs attention. These are weeds. All these are weeds that needs to come off. And then I've got some containers that need de-weeding as well, that will have possibly some tomatoes or cucumbers in there. I've got a mat there drying and a bush, which I don't really usually do anything with this. I might cut it back slightly there if I get energy. But other than that, I'll probably leave it alone. So I just wanted to say from where I am, we are going to move forward. And over here, as you can see, usually I do put a lot of plants over there, but it's all grown with grass. I need help, guys. I need help. And here, this all needs to be pushed back, as taken out from the pots. That is my plant at the very back, and generally speaking, this is also a passion fruit type of plant. This one here, it rarely ever barely produces any fruit. It needs a lot of cutting back generally, and my son poured out some compost from these boxes here. He said he wanted to pour them out because they've been sitting around, which is a very good idea, because that is actually very good for plants. So if you see me using any of that, that's what it is as well. We made our own compost in those containers there as well. Bicycles that need to be dealt with. They are not all in functioning state. And then over here, this area is not very fertile. I've got a potato there. Sometimes I've planted tomatoes and other plants here, but they've not done well. And this is the area where my son pulled out a weed, and I had this very. So I have started here by taking away some bags that I used for planting last year. I did put them away, but I think the wind blew them about. Most of these were probably under the table that I sit on, and they just ended up being scattered. I haven't got enough soil to dig out from my garden, so I probably will have to buy some extra bagged soil. It's usually compost, and I already have some compost which you saw earlier on in the screen that I was digging up, that I said that my son poured out from the compost from the container that we were composting over the last sort of year, where we put the when we weed and when we cut grass and cut back plants, we put it in there and it becomes compost. I saw some worms in there, which is a good sign. Generally, I've noticed that I have a lot of worms in my garden, which is a good thing, because they are actually a sign that your soil is fertile. So yeah, so that's quite good for the soil. Here I've started, of course, doing the weeding, like I said earlier on, and the weather is relatively dry, so I will be doing some regular watering. Follow along with me if you're new here and you like gardening. This is the start of gardening season for me. Some weeds at the back, and I'm trying to do this in a stress-free way as possible, because my overall aim and goal of actually doing gardening is to actually get some sunshine. Um, if I come out and do gardening, I'm practically taking in my vitamin D, and although I just came in from a hot country, I still think this is the best way to maintain our health here. We don't have a long summer, we don't have a long spring, so I'm really trying to make the most of it. I've cleared some weeds down the other side, and I've moved to the back of the garden. This side is quite, I don't know if I'll finish this today, but as you can see, there's so much grass. There's pots and pans that I've got weeds in them, which are actually quite really stuck, to be honest. My grounds were very dry. Um, it has been quite dry in this part of UK, so the grounds really need to start being kind of generally speaking, I do loosen the soil. However, the plants have started cropping up on their own, like the potatoes on this side, and I've actually put other potatoes that didn't crop up on one side as well, on the upper part where you see the potted plants. So I didn't want to do a lot of digging here. My agenda as well today was to just clear the garden, the paved area, just so that it can look a lot tidier, and I can start thinking about doing some of the tasks with gardening that I need to do, and then also just to try and feel a lot more relaxed in the environment. Hi, so let's go back to a quick tour as to how much work I've done this afternoon. I've quickly cleared the weeds as much as I can and swept the area. I've put those across. This still needs cutting back. That still needs cutting back. I haven't done that yet. I just want to put the garden in a way that I'll actually want to start doing some gardening. I've cleared the weeds that were here, the huge weeds that you saw earlier. The weeds that were here as well at the back I've cleared. I haven't totally finished there yet. I'm going to put some water in the potted plants because I realized that if I cut back the roots of the plant a bit, add some water, it will be easier for me to come and remove the weeds. I've yet got to remove this dried up stalks from the grass, and then over here I've done as much weeding as I possibly can. There still needs to be a little bit more cutting back of grass and then digging out the soil to prepare it. So here I've cut back the weeds down there. I've watered it so that it can start getting softer, and I pull out the weeds. And I've done the same with the other plants, potted pots over the back. I believe that I'm not going to plant much over there, so I might push this right back at the end, giving some space over here, or I might just think about what to do that side. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's looking a lot better already. I'm not quite there yet, but it is already a start, and I think this will encourage me to come out and spend more time doing some more work. If you're new here, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this spring summer gardening vlog. This is the start of much more work that I do in the garden during the summer month, during the warmer weather. If you're new here and you like such vlogs, please subscribe. Also go back to my videos from last year to see what I grew: potatoes, mint, tomatoes, cucumber. I've got, like I said, grapes that are very, very young. I've also got berries, and I believe I tried to plant some melons as well. That is it for today. Until next time, bye bye.